Okay. Hello and welcome once again to the stage here at the Spanish Pavilion in Mobile World Congress 2022 here in Barcelona. We're continuing with our program for today. Our first roundtable of the day is called Challenges of Smart Cities. To talk us through the many details about this really interesting concept of smart cities, we've got with us Daria Pedan from Galgos. She's an account executive there. Welcome, Daria.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you.
Thank you. We've also got with us Jesus Bravo, CEO of I3I. Welcome, Jesus.
Hello. Thank you.
And Alberto Bernal, Director of Cities and Territories in Indra Minsait. Welcome.
Good morning,
Alberto.
and thank you for the invitation.
Okay, I just wanted to give you each some time to give us an introduction into your work, your experience, whatever you want to tell us would be fine. So if it's all right with you, Alberto, we'll start with you.
Okay, thank you. Let me say that at Indra Minsait we are very passionate about cities, and we've been working in that domain for the last 15 years. We work together with public authorities and organizations, included of course Red.es. And we're passionate about cities because they pose tremendous challenges and opportunities in all senses, in economic, social, environmental, and urban challenges, and we know that technology and digital can solve those challenges in a very just, inclusive and green manner, and that's very important. We have done more than 120 projects in cities all over the world, from Madrid to Manila, from Barcelona to Lima, or from Helsinki to Rome, for example, also in the 5 continents. So it's one of the areas of main focus of the company. Now we call them cities and territories.
Thank you very much, Alberto. Daria?
Good morning everyone. My name is Daria, I represent Galgos. Galgos is a provider of a complete Wi-Fi solution to optimize, manage, and maximize the value of Wi-Fi networks. What do? We can distinguish 3 main components of our solutions. The first one is patented CHT technology, which allows every access point to optimize the network without the human intervention and without the centralized controller. We have 6 patents in the world. This is patented technology which allows you a lot of advanced access to a lot of advanced features, like Galgos location analytics, which is the most accurate, one of the most accurate in the world, according to Gartner. And you can control everything from Galgos Network Manager. No matter how many projects you have, you can control all your Wi-Fi items from one single platform. No matter how many projects you have, you can use Galgos Network Manager, which is very easy to use and intuitive. So we have software Wi-Fi defined philosophy that speaks to unleash advanced functionalities. As I said, network optimization, unified management, and in-depth analytics, and of course advanced security. Together with Telefonica, which is our partner, we have made more than 80 smart cities around Spain. We are doing such projects as Wi-Fi for You at the moment, together with the operators in Italy, and we are planning to move forward also to other European countries. So that's why we're here.
Thank you very much, Daria. Jesus?
Yeah, good morning everyone. I am Jesus Bravo, Managing Director of the company I3C. We are based in Pamplona, the north of Spain. We are a technological company. Our mission is to provide smart technological solutions based on IoT technology in order to get a greener cities and more efficient industry. We are system integrators, but also we have our own IoT sensor developments. Most of them are customized solutions. In some of the samples are sensors for smart parking, sensors for smart waste management, for management containers, in order to optimize the routes of the trucks and how many trucks do you need to collect the waste. Others like sensors for agriculture to measure the temperature and humidity, and most of them are customized solutions. So.
Great, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, I just wanted to start off really with a very, for you, I'm sure, easy question to answer, or not maybe. But what do we understand by a smart city? What makes a city smart in that sense? How many kinds of services must it have? Or in your experiences or the solutions that you offer, what do you understand is a smart city?
For me, I think it's to provide the cities with that technology that make our life easier. And they're also getting more sustainable cities and more with more hospitality and easier for living.
Easier, more sustainable.
Yeah.
Daria?
Regarding this issue, I would like to say that Galgus technology successfully deployed provides not only the internet access to both citizens and tourists, but as well valuable analytics for towns, councils. Like you can get hold of the accumulated data of those who visit your municipality, complying with the laws of privacy and GDPR. You make them fall in love with the set of cultural and entertainment activities through promotions launched to captured users all year round. You can help restaurants, local businesses and hotels fill up and extend the average stay of their guests thanks to the improvement of the cultural, artisanal, gastronomic, healthy life and touristic offer. And thanks to advertising campaigns and marketing they will receive through our solutions. And also being able to carry out surveys and data analysis to know what your visitors and citizens expect and want from the municipality.
Great, thank you. Alberto, something to add?
You see, we can talk about the Spanish smart city model, okay?
Yeah, that'd be great.
We have to bear in mind that Spain is, I'd say, is the leading country in terms of smart cities worldwide, and that's due to three main reasons. One is the number of projects that have been done or are right now running in many cities, more than probably hundreds of projects of different kinds, but lots of projects in Spain. Also, you need to know that Red.es has been promoting smart cities through three different national smart city programs. The first one started in around 2015. It was called Ciudades Inteligentes #1. Then it turned into the National Territories Plan, and we're just about to finish a program called Intelligent Touristic Destinations, and now there's one starting which is called Internal City Objects, with the aim of connecting or providing data from the different buildings from the city to better manage the cities. Second reason is that in Spain There are three main cities have been working, collaborating together there are three main city networks. One is called Red Española de Ciudades Inteligentes. So with that name, and that includes, I think, more than 90 cities in Spain now. And now there is the Intelligent Smart Destinations Network, which today included 102 more destinations and making a total of 498 destinations in Spain.
Wow.
And another network which is for smaller cities, it's called Red Impulso. But in that networks, cities can share best practices, understand better what smart city projects are, which are very complex, by the way, and then finally, the industry and the public administration, we have worked together also in the development of norms and standards that, like for example, in something called the Comité Técnico de Normalización, which has developed dozens of standards, very important ones. For example, the main standard is, it's called the Intelligent System for Smart Cities, which is what we call, the Smart City Platform. Okay. Which was developed by the Ministry, Telnex, Telefónica, and Indra, like 8 years ago, and those norms and standards are not only used in Spain, but also has been adopted by the ITU, for example, in Geneva. So that's why I said it's smart cities are in Spain are very powerful. We could also even say that there is a whole economic sector in cities. Like we have very strong economic sectors, tourism, agriculture, for example, but also cities can be, that's what we promote, can be another very important economic sector, and we can export that Spanish model to many places, Latin America, Africa. Well, we're doing that, no? We are doing projects in Peru, Mexico, Colombia, but also in the north of Africa, in Morocco, or in Senegal. So they appreciate very much that Spanish smart city model.
Great, thank you. And what role do private companies play in transforming a city into a smart city? Can it be done completely by the public sector, or?
No, yes. I mean, this is not because it has been mentioned many times, but it's true that this is the typical sphere where public and private partnership works. Also public-public partnership need to work, because there are three in Spain. Well, normally there are three administrative levels, and the competencies in different cities domains are segregated. So there's also important that there is public-public partnership. But of course, like always, the public administration need to address the failures of public policies, whereas the private, the industry needs to address the market, mistakes. This is also a sphere in which we all work in a ecosystem way, because if you see. If we go, let's say top down, we all need to work together from the design of the cities. So that means we need to work with architects, engineers, building companies, etc. And of course, public, planners. And from there, we need to work with those private, city services operators, like waste management or water management or energy, etc. And then we also work with, for example, financial institutions in terms of insurance or other things. And then it comes the technological stack. So in this time from the bottom, there is a layer of IoT sensor manufacturers, for example. Then there is the extremely important layer of connectivity in all means, all kinds of connectivity. Then it comes the platform providers, and then those who work in the different vertical solutions, software for anything, mobility, security, environment, etc. So it's a whole ecosystem, and we all work together very well. There are some, of course, we assume. I mean, Indra Minside is the biggest IT company in Spain, no, and Latin America. So we assume our leading role as promoter and partner of all that ecosystem.
Anything? Yeah.
I just
please.
wanted to say that we have the solution for every vertical you've mentioned. Wherever it is, I don't know, tourism sector, IoT, or industry part, or even transport, we have the lines for every vertical. That's
Anything to add?
So I think that private companies has a very important role to create the smart city. I agree that this is ecosystem. Of course, the public organization can build infrastructure or promote companies through financial help in order to afford the projects, but at the end, the private company has to create the IoT sensors, the connectivity, the artificial intelligence, the analysis of data, and so on. So I think it's an ecosystem that all together we have to work together in order to get the greener and more sustainable cities.
Great, thank you. Also, just from the other point of view now, are there any drawbacks to cities, smart cities? Are there any disadvantages or maybe challenges that are faced, or maybe even dangers of it that you've experienced yourself? Or what are the challenges that they face once they transform?
I mean, as I said, these are very complex projects. So you need first, of course, someone with a vision of the vision of how the city needs to be in the future. That's normally the mayor or the governor. But you need that role. Then you need someone who puts that vision into action, because otherwise, as they are very complex, they take time. They need some financial, investment. You need that figure as well, and you need someone who coordinates. Years ago we talked about the 3 I's in smart cities, were integration, intelligence, and interoperability. So that is basically being able to capture data from everywhere, and that data share it together between the different areas of a city. That Spanish model is much based in the concept of smart city platforms. Okay, so we consider that the city is smart when it's managed in an integrated way. Of course, intelligent as well, right? But integrated way. You can see many projects in which, of course, you improve the mobility or the citizen security, like in a vertical way. But after that, the next step is being able to share information between the different areas there, you extract more value. That interoperability needs to be in intra-city, so the different areas, and intercities. In Spain, we are now in the middle of with the Next Generation Fund in the middle of a next step in terms of interoperability. We are building national digital platforms for tourism, for example, for all those intelligent destinations, almost 500 destinations. So they will be integrated in that national digital platform. Okay, the same will happen we are proposing together with that REFI the building of a national intelligent urban system, with a national platform in which all cities that wish to do so can connect and input the data and also get data from other cities. So we will be able to have like a national smart network, and also we will be able to share, that goes along the lines of a European interoperability framework. And also there is another important issue, which is the Gaia X, both in infrastructure and data, but in data, there are now in Spain, there are 5 data spaces. One will go for tourism, the first one seems, another one for agriculture, another one for health, another one for aerospace teams, and there's a 5th one which is not yet occupied, and we're talking with Red.es, we're talking with, and we think it could be a good data space, and it would be like it will thrust that Spanish leadership if we make here a national urban data space.
Thank you. Anything to add?
Yes, I wanted to say, you were talking about the data. I guess it's very important for you to obtain very accurate data. And what makes Galgos different from our competitors? Galgos can, do you know what is macro-randomization?
Yes.
Yes, so our technology allows to detect and overcome the problem of macro-randomization. That's why Gartner has included us into market guide among the 25 companies in the world which can provide the most accurate data of location analytics. So what can we give you? We can give you not only the heat maps and counting, but and data analysis and localization, but very accurate data, which is very useful for smart cities, for marketing, because a lot of providers of similar technologies, they prefer to ignore this problem because they can say, okay, let's say there are, we don't consider macro-randomization, but in the same building that can be like 2 people or 1,700 people, and it's a huge difference. And we can give you the most accurate data, up to 90% for indoor locations mainly. That's why we are recommended by Gartner.
Anything to add?
Yeah, I would like to say that there is no one model of a smart city. There are many models. Each city has its own problems, its own needs, so the solution can be different, or there are different priorities. Maybe the objectives are all the same, but with different steps, different priorities. So the solutions
and different aspects of the city may be smart, right, and other aspects depending on the city.
And because there are different solutions, also there are different problems, different dangers. Okay, in my opinion, there are at the first view there are 2 two problems that can stop the development of the smart city. One is the, I would say, the technological gap. So in different cities, different countries, different people. So this is it can be a problem to get easier and faster smart city. And the second one, especially in the democratic countries, there is another issue that is the privacy. So to get a smart city, you need a lot of information. No? Maybe hundreds or thousands of camera taking your face and to see how is the road in the taxi queue, or how is the traffic, or whatever. So I think privacy has to be well managed. So if it's well managed, and the objective is for the benefits of everyone, is okay. But if this information is handled wrongly, it can be a problem. No? And the third one probably is the cybersecurity is in relation to this to this aspect of the privacy. No?
Yeah, very interesting too, because it's totally right. No, the amount of information you need to process and to store for these smart cities to be able to work is also a huge liability in the other sense, right? So super interesting. Okay, we're running out of time really, so I just wanted to ask you to just give us one last conclusion from each of you. Maybe tell us about what the future holds, what you wish to see, or how you see the business of smart cities evolving in the following years. Alberto, we'll start with you.
Yep. What we're seeing is bigger, stronger convergence between the physical and the digital world. That's because of the barriers between the what is called the OT and the IT. So like SCADAs and traditional IT systems are disappearing. Then there is also, of course, the exponential increase in connectivity, and in the capacity to analyze data, and that brings new business models which are more focused on sustainability now. Okay, so that's how we see the future. That's why we have created in Minsight a new division which is called Phygital, in which we have gathered together that intelligent management of the operation of infrastructure, the management of assets, assets, spaces, infrastructure, etc., and the thrust of sustainability through a whole suite of solutions in those domains. And that's one thing we see, that way to the digitalization of, and the second one is probably a further step into interoperability. Yeah, those are the two main trends for the future.
Thank you. Daria?
In the future, we want to convert the digital transformation idea into reality, to give a safe space to your visitors and citizens where they can communicate, work, get information, purchase or interact with their environment. Also, I wanted to add that our system could be integrated with the captive portal, so you can easily send their advertising campaigns to the customers, and thanks to our technology, it is possible to obtain the realistic data, which is very useful for marketing.
Great, thank you. Jesus, final words?
Honestly speaking, I don't see how will be the future, because the future is today. Every day is put in the market, in the life, new application, new technology, new innovation.
It's going too fast, right?
Yeah, it's too fast. But what I would like to say is that the transformation will be slowly, smoothly, no? Because if we look after look at 10 years ago or 15 years ago, okay, the world was completely different, and we have seen the change, or we have feel the change, but we have not seen because it's every day is different.
Yeah,
No?
it's gradual.
In Spanish we say la primavera ha venido y nadie sabe cómo ha sido, no? The technology is exactly the same, no?
Yeah.
And I think that in the future will be the same. We will see new developments, new things, but we will feel that we have had this technology always.
Yeah.
So the adaptation of the human is very fast, no? Especially if the life is easier. No?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Thank you for that. Okay, I just wanted to thank the three of you for your time, for your
Yeah, thank you.
experience, for coming over here to the Spanish Pavilion. Well, I mean, for our co-exhibitor companies, Itresi and Galgus, it's been an easy ride, right? But especially thank you to our invited guest from Indra Minsait. It's been a pleasure to have you,
Yeah.
and thank you very much.
Thank
Could
you.
you let
Thank
me add some comments more?
Of course.
Yeah, when we speak about the smart city, always we think about the big cities, but we have to think about also smaller cities, even villages. No? Now we have Itresi, we have this year, in collaboration with a technological company, we have put on the table a program which is called Smart Rural, to provide IoT technology to a very small village village in the north of Pamplona. You see, I don't know if you know Pamplona, but in the north, in the Pyrenees, there are a lot of small
Yeah, so like smart villages now
villages.
instead of
Most of
cities.
them are agriculture or farmer or whatever. So we have a plan for this year and the next ones in order to provide IoT technology to these people.
Oh, great. That was
Yeah.
really interesting, and we'll definitely look forward to that. So thank you. And a lot of luck to each of you in your work, and I'm sure you'll have it. So thank you again for
Thank
coming.
you. Thank you for
And-
inviting us.
Yeah, and enjoy what's left of the Congress.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye bye.
Thank you.